Okay, so it's February 2017 and this is my complete mini disc stash all in one place. This doesn't include two of the large units that are in my hi-fi. This is all the portable stuff and all the discs. So we're going to go through it now. Okay, so all the players are inside here in this compartment or department. I don't know where to start. This is an MZ E300. This was a budget player back in the day. Doesn't record, it just plays back. It's really ugly, but it's effective, you know. Gets you into the world of MD, and it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. This came in a batch of 3 players, and the seller said that it was not working, and he was wrong. It works absolutely perfectly. Next up is the MZ E62. This is a playback only unit. I really like this. I use it without the remote. It's great if you just want to leave the house quickly, a couple of discs in your pocket, and you know what you're going to be playing. I actually have 2 of these. There's also another version of it here, just identical with just a different serial number. This is the E60. Again, really effective and does the job. Psych, this is a Net MD MZN 420D. These are the ones that you could connect to a PC. Got this on eBay US, I think. I like it. It's got the kind of very Krups 1970s style to it. Kitchen scales and stuff, bathroom scales. This one is an MZ R55. I got that last week online. It gives a little bit of trouble, especially with the DCN. As well as that, I noticed that the older battery pods don't fit. These ones had 2 cells as far as I know, 3 volt. So yeah, it's okay. Made in Japan. 1998 these came out. Its sound isn't as good as the other ones that came after. This is one of my favorites. You can actually see the disc rotating inside in it, and it's very clever because it takes a AA cell plus the gum stick battery, not at the same time, but that's a fantastic idea. As well as that, it opens up quite wide. I love this player. It's really kind of Star Wars, kind of dull metal. Great player. Digging out what's in the back, we've got the MZR90. This was from 1999, the smallest one in the world at the time, and I got this in 2003, and it was my first mini disc player. This is a MZ E707, playback only. Only uses the gum stick. You can add on a pod as well. You cannot use DCN. Still works perfectly well. Really sleek. I love it. This is a MZR 900. Yeah, these are really sought after now. Highly prized and praised. I think they're a bit overrated. I think they come from the year 2000. The sound isn't as good as you'd expect. So So yeah, but again they go for good money now. Pod, gum stick. But this one I got yesterday, I got it online with two others. Again, the seller said they weren't working, and works perfectly. This is the 909, and it's got Type R software, and it's better sound than the 900 without a doubt. Again, magnesium, beautiful. This one is the MZN710. Again, you can stick it onto your PC. Mint condition, got this for €10 in a second-hand shop. Looks like it's never been used. I just don't really like the diagonal control, because you have to keep going like that to see the clock and stuff. But other than that, it's a nice player. This one is the MZR 410, robust. Takes the AA size cell. Battery seems to last forever, and it's got good sound quality. Yeah, Type R. This is the MZR 500. Nothing to write home about. Looks kind of cheap. But again, sounds great, and does the job. Yeah, can't knock it. This corner here we have an MZR 70. Nice player, got lots of features. Again, it's got the AA cell. The Sony gum stick battery was a bit of a farce. They made their own batteries, they never worked properly. This is one in blue. Doesn't work very well, there's something wrong with that one. Just keep it for spares. You've seen this one. This is the MZN 505. I think these are rubbish, to be honest. I bought this used. It's in good condition, but it just gave trouble. Buttons were sticky. It's really made out of crap. I hate the color. It's just not one of their best. Yeah, best forgotten. Here we have an MZR H710. This is a high MD. It's got a toggle wheel. It's probably the entry level high MD. Records linear PCM. It uses these discs, the high MD discs, which are very, very rare and sought after now. One thing I will say, the volume isn't very loud on it. It's just annoying. It's not that loud. And this is the G Protection MD Walkman MZ-S1. This is lovely. I love the sound. Actually goes in here. It's got gaskets fitted all around. Yeah, great player. Love it. So definitely one of my favorites. It's big and bulky, but very robust. Yeah, these are quite cheap. It's got a toggle control for one hand, and I think everybody who's into AMD should just definitely own one at some stage. Great player. This is a Sharp 831. Sharp machines sound fine. This one runs on mains, DC. I don't have the battery connector, but the battery is in it. It's a big chunky gum stick. When it's charged up, it lasts pretty long. It's not bad. Bass is exceptional on these. Bass would kick the ass off a baboon. This one as well came in the last three I bought, and again he said this wasn't working. Works absolutely 100%. It's big and bulky and heavy. It takes one AA cell, and the bass goes up to 3, and it is awesome. Just super punch, no distortion. So yeah, that's the Sharp MD SR 505. Ugly, but very well made and sounds fantastic. Across the back of this compartment, you've got some Sony Premiums 80s MINIDISCs unopened in 5s, some Maxell MD74s, TDK MD RX 80s. All these are sealed. A Sony 12 pack of 74s. Inside here, it's just a selection of pre-recorded discs. When I say pre-recorded, I mean that they're recorded on. Inside in the old Middleton Irish whiskey box. This is a pouch with some discs on the go. This big case here has got collections all recorded by myself. Everything in there really, all stashed away. These shoe boxes contain boxes of discs, obviously, and in here there's just more recorded. A stash of Studio 74s by TDK with the oversized boxes. Nothing special really, but they just look a bit cool. And here's my pride and joy, my TDK 74 MD RXG Pro. This is the one with the alloy frame around it. Blah blah blah. Pure anorak stuff. This box contains discs with recordings on them, up to about here. Most of these are blank, and I'll be recording on them as time goes by. Again, we get some 5 Sharp MD80s, some TDKs here. That's a set. I think there's a grey one. I don't have the grey. Some Maxell colors, JVC MD74s, a high MD 1 gig disc, and an MD74 by High Space. They're not great. Kind of, I find that they give trouble. They don't work properly. This one quite novel. XSIV TDK. It's another one. Jolly nice. And that's a pack of HHB Professionals. They're sealed. I think they're plain blue, I'm not sure. I'm not going to open them. Yeah. Am I becoming a hoarder, I wonder? Okay, this is my daily bag. It's an old Garmin sat-nav bag. It's perfect for MD. Whatever player I'm going to take, I go through phases, I use different ones. It goes into this Sony MD bag so it doesn't get damaged. There's a pair of headphones in here. There's also a pair of Apple headphones, just so I can use them because they're not great. I don't give a shit if they get damaged. Then I got my good Sony headphones. There's also a pair of Ultimate Airs over here. They're good. Sony in-ear type. Yeah, these are good headphones. They sound good. And there's a stash, of course, of what I'm listening to currently. I get hooked up on one artist for a couple of weeks at a time. There's pods and gum sticks and rechargeable batteries inside here. Yeah, it's all there. Okay, this is a stash of Sony discs mainly. I bought these back in 2004. never really use them that much because, you know, I'd record over this and that. So they're Sony Premiums. They're kind of amber colour. They're beautiful, and they're sealed ever since. I think it was 15 in the pack. It was a good price. And then there's some other Sonys here. This is quite old. This is a Sony 60, obviously from the mid-90s. I think these were dark blue. You can't really get them anymore. They're quite hard to find, and they're Sony colours. This box is from an old Medal of Honor game, and again it carries mainly old gumstick batteries and tons of remotes. Loads of remotes in here, the sticks. A couple of pairs of shitty headphones. These ones mainly. And this one, this is actually quite a good remote. It's backlit in blue, beautiful. Yeah, that brings us to this corner. Underneath here there's 10 TDK discs unopened, and then we've got there's 2 packets, and then we've got Maxell discs, Maxell colors. You know these fellas. Yeah, unopened. Got them about 3 years ago, I think. Here we have some Maxell 74s. They're the dark discs. I don't like them that much because it's actually quite hard to write on them. You know, with a marker. I never put stickers on my discs. You know that they're that dark colour. You know, there's nowhere to write. You know, I usually write on my discs. Yeah, stickers stick to them and they won't come off. Mainly Sony. These are called Sony Basics. There's some blues and greens. The green are 74, the blue are 80. And this is a stash of mainly TDK discs. There you go. Nice. Here's a box of the old Sony 74s in the 90s. There's labels inside here. Loads of stickers and labels and stuff like that, and there's nothing mini disc related in here. It's a box of compact discs. Oh, there's some pouches as well. You know, different types. Carrying them around. Case Logic, Shark or whatever, Swordfish, and Case Logic, cleaning stuff. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Last but not least, this is another case I've had for a while. Holds 24. These are quite rare. Just for carrying around in the car and stuff. Okay, that's my MINIDISC stash and collection of players and discs to date, and that's all I gotta say.